Hello, I'm Kate, the Daily Tarot Girl, and welcome to my deep dive into the meaning of the Three of Cups. So, the Three of Cups might just be one of my favorite cards in the tarot. It's certainly the most fun card in the tarot deck. So, I'm going to tell you all about the symbols on this card. I'm going to tell you what this card means when it shows up in your reading upright and reversed. And then I'm going to tell you a fun story. And I'm going to give you some journaling questions. So buckle up, get comfy, and let's dive in to the Three of Cups. Now, before we dive in, I just want to let you know that I have created a minor arcana cheat sheet for you to help you learn and understand the minor arcana cards. So if you want to grab your free copy of this cheat sheet, I'm going to put the link below. Okay, so let's dive in. So the card that you see on your screen is from the the Giant Rider Waite Tarot, which is just the Rider Waite Tarot, but it's giant. It's the cards are really big. So the Three of Cups. So the Three of Cups is all about celebrating, socializing, and coming together with others for laughter and fun. So I am going to give you some keywords for the Three of Cups, but first I want to break down a few things about this card. So the Three of Cups is from the suit of cups, which corresponds to the element of water. And in the tarot, water represents feelings, emotions, relationships, and also healing. And Three of Cups is the number three, and the number three is a triad. It's three things coming together. It can symbolize working together and things taking form. So some keywords for this card are fun, celebration, bounty, party time, socializing, friendship, social group, jovial, lighthearted, and playful. And there's some symbols on this card. There's five that I want to point out. So the first symbol, which is kind of I think the most obvious one, are the three women. So there's the three women, kind of it almost looks like they're sort of dancing. They're coming together, and the three women represents a social group. They look like they're probably friends, but they represent a cohesive social group, people coming together. And then they have the cups raised up in the air. Like they're all like, yay, cheers. And those raised cups represent celebration and emotional connection. Because remember, the cups can kind of symbolize emotion. Cups and water are linked to emotions and feelings in the tarot. So celebration and connecting on an emotional level. And they're all wearing flower crowns on their heads. And to me, those flower crowns just give the card kind of a playful vibe. It also kind of tells you that this is happening in probably maybe spring or summer, perhaps. Although there is a pumpkin on the card, so maybe it's fall, but it's kind of like harvesty time. And then the other symbol I want to draw your attention to is the pumpkin and grapes that are kind of at the bottom of this card, and then kind of in the background there it looks like there's fruit and things like that in the background, and all of that food symbolizes the harvest, a bounty, like there's plenty of food, lots of abundance. And then the last symbol I want to talk about is if you look at their feet, it kind of looks like they're dancing. And that dancing is just a symbol of fun and celebration. So when this card shows up for you in a reading, it's often there to remind you or to tell you to just kind of let loose and have more fun. Stop taking life so seriously and start prioritizing fun and celebration. So you might want to do some dancing, like take a dance break, gather with friends, plan something fun. It's also an indication that there's something that needs to be celebrated. Now, this could be a birthday, an anniversary, some sort of achievement, some kind of milestone, or it could just be about bringing more of a celebratory vibe to your day-to-day life. Like, we don't have to wait until it's our birthday to celebrate. You can celebrate something mundane in your life. And so oftentimes when the Three of Cups shows up in a reading, it's saying, hey, it's time for you to shift into a more kind of celebratory way of orienting to life. It also indicates a need to prioritize your social life. So if you're doing a reading for yourself, Three of Cups comes up. Not only is it telling you to let go and have more fun, but prioritize your social life. Now, maybe that means you have to go out there and plan something, seek out some kind of social event, reach out to a friend. But whatever you do, you want to prioritize your social life. You might want to join or start some kind of support group or some kind of a group that kind of revolves around a common interest, like a book club. So I recently joined a new book club a few months ago, and it's so much fun. I'm going to tell you more about it. I'll finish what I'm saying about the Three of Cups, and then I'll tell you about this book club. So the other thing that the Three of Cups represents is connecting emotionally with others and being able to have an emotional connection with others is a very important keystone of your overall well-being. And so that's where like prioritizing your social life kind of comes in with this card. And also like the healing power of connection. Because remember, the cups are all about healing. Water is about emotion, relationships, and healing. So the healing power of emotional connection cannot be understated. And I'll tell you a little story. So I joined this book club, and what I love about this book club is it's a very like free form kind of book club. So you can read whatever you want, and you can bring a book that you just finished, a book that you read a long time ago that you loved, a book that you're currently reading, or even a book that you want to read but haven't started. And so I find that there is like no excuse not to go to this book club, because you can really read anything, you can take anything. So everyone has different books, and we all talk about different books, and it's a lot of fun. It's actually more fun than when we've all read the same book. So yeah, and what I find is that I could be kind of feeling a little bit blah that day, and then I will go out to this book club, hang out with people, chat about books, and it's so energizing, and it really does have this like healing power to just be around others and chat about something that you're both interested in. Even if I don't have any like real deep, meaningful connections to anyone in the book club, so it's not like I'm like bonding on an emotional level, but just being around people and just kind of socializing and talking about a common interest can actually be quite powerful. It can be quite healing. Okay, so what about if this card shows up reversed? So if the Three of Cups shows up in your reading reversed, it can be an indication that you're having too much fun. So there's too much partying, like it's too extreme, too much partying. You need to maybe reel in the partying. You're spending too much time socializing and being silly. So you need to kind of balance it out with something else. Another thing that the Three of Cups reverse can indicate is kind of an unhealthy relationship to a friendship group. So maybe you're prioritizing the group's needs above your own, or maybe you're part of a social group that is kind of toxic and not actually that good, not actually that helpful. It can also indicate feeling disconnected from a social group. So you might be in a group and you're just not feeling it. You're just not feeling connected to the other members in the group. Or even like really struggling to connect with a group. Or Three of Cups reversed could be struggling to find your tribe and experiencing kind of a lack of emotional connection with others. So maybe you found a group that you like and people in it are okay, but you just don't really connect with anyone on an emotional level. Three of Cups reverse can also indicate struggling to feel joyful and struggling to feel that kind of light, humorous kind of energy. And just not feeling like celebrating, like a real lack of playfulness, a lack of celebration. So sometimes when Three of Cups shows up reversed, it can just be sort of mirroring how you're feeling at that time, just feeling like not that playful, not really feeling like celebrating, having a hard time kind of connecting to that joyful energy. Okay, so I'm going to give you some journaling questions. And then I'm going to tell you a silly story. Lots of stories in this video today. So some journaling questions for the Three of Cups. Number one is, where in your life could you use more play, fun, and celebration? How is your social life right now? Do you have a group that you feel emotionally connected with? And if not, how can you use playfulness, celebration, or even dance to connect with a group or community? And I'm going to put all these questions below this video as well. How can you bring the act of celebration into your day today or tomorrow? So this is kind of a tricky question, I think. How can you bring the act of celebration into your day-to-day life today or tomorrow? And the question I have for you, and if you feel like sharing in the comments, please feel free, is what is your favorite way to nurture your social life? What is your favorite way to nurture your social life? So my favorite way to nurture my social life is to go to festivals. So in the summer, there's a few different festivals that happen in my area, and I love going to these. And I wouldn't really consider myself a super extroverted person, but when I go to these festivals, I definitely feel like that part of my personality comes out, and I just love like floating around and meeting new people and chatting, and it's so much fun. And that's my favorite way to kind of nurture my social life. And then the story I have for you, and this is something you can do with the Three of Cups as well, is have a look at this card and ask yourself, what does this card remind you of in your life? Is there a event or area of your life that you can connect to this card? So when I look at the Three of Cups, it reminds me of when I used to get together with my coworkers after work at this old job that I had. So I had this job many, many years ago, working in a gym with other personal trainers, and there was all kinds of drama and infighting that happened at this gym amongst different trainers. And after work, me and two other women, we would get together at this bubble tea place about once a week. We get together at this bubble tea place. And I think we felt very safe at this bubble tea place because it was like this small place, kind of, it was like a hole in the wall. And I don't think anyone that worked there spoke English. And so that gave us this feeling of like that we could say things and they wouldn't know what we were saying, but they probably could understand us. But we just loved this bubble tea place. And so we'd go there after work for bubble tea and gossip. And we would gossip about the people we worked with, and we would tell stories, and we would laugh, and we could compare things that happened at work. And like, we worked with a lot of like guys that were personal trainers that were just, quite comical. And so we'd get together, we'd gossip, we'd have a laugh, and that's totally what the Three of Cups reminds me of. So I just want to say thank you so much for watching. I hope that this video gave you a better understanding of what the Three of Cups is all about, so that next time it shows up in your reading, you're going to know exactly how to read it. So don't forget to check out the journaling questions below, grab your free cheat sheet, and I'll see you in my next video.